welcome to At Home with Chic and Grace. I'm Kimberly and you can't see me right now. Just running one camera today. So I have a sweet little project. These cute little eggs. And we're going to use some IOD paint inlays. So okay, these guys here are wooden, and I actually bought a pack of, this one I haven't done yet, so a pack of 3 at Dollarama. And then I think these little ones I think it was a pack of 5. Just looking to the side here, 5 maybe. I thought there was 6, but looks like I only have 5. Wooden ones as well at Dollarama. Then I went back to get more, and the Dollarama that I went to I couldn't get any at, so I bought this carton with these eggs in it. I know this one's really hard to see, but when I take pictures later you'll be able to see it better. So they come in a dozen. I can't remember how much. They're probably $3.50 for this. I know I've seen them at Michael's too. I just don't know how much. So that is what this guy is as well that I will be showing you. Then I have something else. These are clay eggs that a friend made for me years and years and years ago. They have a flat bottom. And I'm going to be doing some paint inlays on those as well. So because I don't have any of those and can't tell you where to get them, you can buy these at Dollarama. And I seen bigger ones at Michael's as well. I have no idea if they have a flat bottom or not though. So these were $3.75 for the 4 of them. And you know, I really like the egg carton that it comes with as well. So no, they're not, this is the bottom that you're looking at. So they are not a flat bottom. But all a person has to do is sit them in a little cup, put them in a little wreath. They're gonna be perfect. So we are going to make these. This is very simple. Well, actually, I don't even know why I'm taking the plastic off these, because we're not making those because I've got these big guys here. So what we are using is IOD's Paint Inlay, Spring Melody. So they actually have on the back these cute little eggs. So like definitely not my idea. I just wanted to recreate them because I thought they were so cute. And as soon as I seen them and I seen those eggs at Dollarama, I knew exactly what I was going to do. So this, if you haven't seen inside of this paint inlay here, I'm not going to be able to fit it all in screen, but there is a few different paint inlays. So you've got this full sheet, which I am cutting up to do the little eggs with. And then we've got this sheet here of all these cute lambs, bunnies, chickens, little chicks, and that is, we're using some of these and the Canada geese, and oh yeah, you can see that. So we're going to use some of those ones today. And then this one is beautiful. I've already used it on an arched frame, and it's gorgeous, and I've got lots more plans for it. Haven't got this one done yet, but it's on my list. It's beautiful, this rabbit toile. And then there is some borders. And then the same as we already looked at, all these little guys, but in different colors. And then you have another sheet of all these beautiful florals, and then pink bunny toile. And I have seen this done. It is gorgeous. I just haven't gotten it done yet, and I will. We still have time before Easter. So this is also a limited edition. So any of their paint inlays, from what I understand, are limited edition, so if you ever want them, you'll want to be sure to get them right away. You can just head over to their website and then search for a retailer in your area. It doesn't even have to be in your area, right? Because you can order online from almost all of them. So I have just cut out on this sheet here. This is actual paint on this paper. So there is a few tips and tricks to this. Well, I mean, really, it's quite simple. I've tried a couple different things. With these eggs, I painted them all with chalked linen white. I'm going to just pull this one because you'll be able to see it a little bit better. These inlays do work better with a chalk paint. But I have successfully put them into Behr Clear Coat Flat. I don't know if you can get a second use out of it once you've done that. And the same thing is, I was playing this one, I believe, I put into Fusion's casement, but because Fusion is a built-in sealer, I wasn't sure if I would get a second transfer from it, and so I put it on this egg here, and it actually did transfer. It's just super light, and I did not have very much paint on it, so I think one of the other colors would have transferred better on here. So now, as for the clear coat, you're not supposed to be able to get an extra, like another transfer out of it. I don't know if you will or not. I tried this one to get another transfer out of it, and I don't know if I didn't have enough of this on. Some of it transferred, some of it didn't, so I will give it another go another time and come back with some results. So I'm just going to keep these. I'm putting them to the side, and I don't think I need any of those ones. I think have decided everything I'm doing. Possibly. I've got 3 big guys already done here in these colors. Right, so I want to be able to do these 4 on those little guys. And then I have just 2 more here. Not sure what I was thinking, but I'm going to do the lamb and the chick, and I guess we'll have to paint another one up for these geese. So, and then on the big eggs, I'm going to do a bunny and a little chick. So, all right, so let's get started here. I'm just going to give my paint a little bit of a shake here and get my can opener. Hold on. Things are going to come crashing down here right away. All right. So what I would do first, and what I have done, is I have given these all, probably 2 or 3 coats of chalk paint already, because you need to put the paint inlay in wet paint. Oh, that is what I was going to tell you with this. I did put the these guys on in chalk paint, but I sanded them because I wanted them to just have a little bit of a more worn look to them. So that is why I put them in the clear coat, the Behr clear coat. So, and I mean, and it transferred in there beautifully, absolutely beautifully. But I just don't know if I can get another transfer out of those. But anyhow, like I said, I will come back and tell you how that goes another day. Okay, so just getting the water out of my brush on the side here. I have these things are so dirty and so old, like they're so full of paint, but they help hold your round objects in place. So you need quite a liberal amount of paint, but that's my kitty Bean. Okay, so nice and wet, and I think we'll put the little chickie on this one. A flat, you know, paper going over round can be a little tricky. So I like to trim as close as I can to it. And if you need to put some relief cuts in, I did it where there was no design. This one, let's just take the whole bottom out, and let's put another relief cut in here too. So the other thing is my water bottle. You can give this inlay a little spray. Hope my head's not going to be in the way here, but that just helps it be a little bit more pliable. Start from the center and just work it to the edges, pressing it into that paint, and it will go down quite nicely with those relief cuts. You might get the very odd wrinkle, but I think it kind of adds to the character of this. These are not, I mean, you can get some perfect inlays, but they are not meant to be perfect. I'll bring the camera down a little lower for the next one. All right, it's just baby wipe. I'm just using it to really help push in to the paint. Now, you can see this is a little gloopy paint, and if you don't like that, just smooth it out. But you know what? I actually think I like that texture, and when this is all dry, I will end up putting more of that kind of texture all the way around because I like that texture. So I'm going to give this another spray. Just want to be able to make sure you don't want to saturate it, like it doesn't, you don't want water pooling, but the paint inlay does need to be wet and be pressed in there. A lot of paint in there. Okay, so it's best to just put this to the side and let it dry naturally, but I have heated them with the heat gun to help. So when it is all cloudy again, you'll be able to see when it is dry. All right, so let's just put that guy over there. I'm gonna just lower the camera down a little bit. All right, let's get the other side. This was that one I said I tried to do, and it's on there faintly. It's just that color is super, super light, so you can't see it. I'll just paint over it later. Let's get like the little lammy or something on here. So I'm putting a generous amount of paint on there again. Whoops. I will say these plastic ones from Dollarama do like to roll around a little bit more. Stuck my finger in it, so. Okay. This one, I should have had these all trimmed up before, but this is all right. Okay, I'm going to do some relief cuts there, like I can actually just cut some triangles out, and then I'm gonna just go in around his ears a little bit more. Okay, and then we'll give that a spray. just working again from the center out. I always hold things so close to me. Okay. Just pat it down. You can use paper towel for this. I just have baby wipes handy. I do have a wrinkle here. Oh, and I don't have paint under this corner. Wasn't paying attention. So hopefully we caught that. I was wondering why it wasn't going down into my paint. I'm just dabbing that paint off around the edges. All right. It's nice and wet. You don't need to hold it as close as I was holding it. I'm afraid I might have gotten this one a little too wet, but we'll see. I'm trying not to get everything else wet here, so my apologies for holding it off camera again. Make sure that guy's good and pressed in there. All right, let's set him to the side to dry. He's rolling around on me. There we go. All right, so I want to get one of these guys done. Let's maybe do this fun on here. This one a lot better, and I have a couple wrinkles in here. I am okay with that though. All right, so we're back. And these are all dry, so I'm going to reveal them with you. You can tell that they're dry because you can no longer like see through them the way you were. Like they're more opaque now, right? Like before it was nice and vibrant, now it's cloudy. Did that make sense? Anyhow, what you want to do is, I'm gonna move these ones out of my line of fire because this is paint on here. This can still be activated. I have not sealed these yet, so it can still be activated. So I don't want to get them wet, and we're going to be doing some spraying here. So we're going to spray. I don't want it to pool, but let's just get it wet for a second. Let it sit, and then let's do the same thing with this one. Spray it. This helps the paper to release. And if it still, if it's, well, I can already tell I didn't get all that. if it starts to pull and doesn't release for you, then you can just spray some more, okay? You'll see as we go here. Just want to get these all wet. I ended up not doing the goose just because I already had these painted. I didn't feel like painting another one and I kind of have an idea for that goose on something else. So, oh, I stuck to the paper. All right. Hopefully by the time we get around to them, they will be good to go. So let's see. Oh yes. Now I know I have wrinkles in here. I'm absolutely okay with that because it just, like I was saying in the beginning, gives it a really nice weathered look. Now let that dry because we can use that again. Like that is where I had those wrinkles, but I am okay. A little bit too much water here. You can see where it ran a bit, but that is okay. That looks so good. All right, let's see what this one looks like. Oh yes. You know what? As long as my image in the middle, that's what I want to be like. I don't really want wrinkles on him, and I don't have any. I may have some coming into the flowers there, but my words, they wrinkled up a little bit, but it doesn't matter. It's okay. I love it like that. All right. This guy, I'm not sure what happened right there. Actually, he didn't get as good of a transfer as I would have liked. Interesting. I wonder, so you never know what's going to happen. I'm going to let that dry. I'll probably put them back on the other side. So I don't know if I didn't press down enough, if I didn't have enough paint in those spots there. Maybe they just sat, maybe it sat for too long after I sprayed it. It felt like it'd come off okay. Yeah, this guy has done the same thing there, but that one I'm okay with. Okay. Let's get our little lammy done. I'm just spraying them again because they felt like they dried quite a bit. Yeah, he came apart a lot there. That is weird. I'm thinking that I either did not have, I'm thinking I didn't have good enough contact. Okay. One last one here. I realize I've set most of those out of the camera, but again, I wanted them away from the spray. All right, so I'm gonna try the lamb again on the other side. I'm going to wait for this to dry, and then I'm going to do the lamb and the little chick again on the other side. Okay, so I just reapplied the chick and then the lamb in a different color. I didn't want to open or cut into the other book, so I just did different color. And I did it exactly the same way. Sorry, I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. I think I just didn't have it pressed in enough is all. So before we take I'm going to take these out and I'm going to spray them. I want to spatter them. So these eggs here, I gave just a little spattering. Now, the pink one, I feel like I got a little bit heavy on the spattering, but it's okay. So I'm just going to put these guys to the side here. Actually, I'm going to move them right over. I don't want them to get spattered again. And what I used, you can use whatever you want. I used Fusion Paint Algonquin. I just thought that would be a great color. And I'm using a fan brush. I'm just dipping it in, and let me just pull a little dish here. Okay, so I'm going to put it in this dish. I'm going to add a little bit of water. You can use a toothbrush. You can use like an older chippy kind of brush, stiff bristles. This I really like the fan brush. Don't have enough water. You don't want too much water because then you will get like big spatters, like blobs of paint, and you don't want that either. And I'm just going carefully around. I don't want a lot on my little lamb, but you want a little bit. The same with my little chick. I'm trying to bring this up a little closer so you can see. Okay, we'll let that dry, and then I will do the backs. I'm going to do the same too. Oh, now I have a lot of water. I need more paint. We have a lot of eggs to spatter here, so the same with these guys. Just want to spatter them. You could use other colors as well. I'll let the front part of it dry, and then I'll go around and do the back. And our little chickie here. And then we got to get the little eggs as well. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these out to my garage, and I'm going to give them a coat of sealer. I use Rustoleum, just a matte spray. You can use a satin or a gloss, whatever you like. I'm doing that because I do have another step that I want to do, and being that these are actual paint, I don't want them to smear, so I am going to just go ahead and do it. Some people will use like a clear coat, something like your Dixie Belle clear coat flat with a really light hand, and go over it. I have not, and then have, get no smearing. I have not done that yet. This is just how I choose to do it. I don't want a chance it's smearing, so. So once the front's dry, I will flip them and do the other side. You get big blobs on a wet Q-tip and take it off. But if you do that over top of your design, it will smear your design. Okay, so when we come back, everything is going to be sealed and we will get on to the next step. Okay, I have everything all sprayed with the Rustoleum matte, and you can see how it really made the colors just pop. So I haven't done anything to these ones yet. I'm loving how they look, but I want these to look like little porcelain eggs, like aged porcelain eggs. That's why I was really okay with the wrinkles that I got in here. So of course I'm going to Fineline Crackle these. And I thought about putting that on these ones, but you know, and I could, if that was the side that didn't take. This was the new side. But if I had more patience today and more time, I might put it on the Fineline Crackle on these. I just don't want to be messing with them today because it's a round surface and I can't sit them, whereas this one I can sit and let it dry. These ones, I don't even know what I would do. So I decided to just age them a smidge. So I've done these 4, so you can see like the difference. These ones are not done and these ones are done. And all I've done is take some of my Behr Clear wax, and I've concentrated on putting the clear wax over the image for sure. And then I just put it all the way around. You may hear some noise here too because I got people coming in and out and walking overhead. So then the Behr antiquing wax, and I didn't put it on the image itself. All I did was put it all the way around, and if it got on the image itself, that is fine. Then I just took my little paper towel and just kind of rubbed it back here and there. And I mean, ignore that, but like, I love it. Okay, so just like I said, ignore that, but then you can kind of just go back and do any more on the back sides if you want. I didn't make it even at all. If I wanted a little bit more to come around, or if I got some on him, I just took my clear, went right back over and took it off. But I want it to be, I don't want it to look like a halo around, so I want a little bit on the image, just very, very little. But like, look how cute that is. Now, you might not like that look. Maybe you like it just the way it is. That's absolutely fine. So this one is just looking, he's a smidge darker than what I'm wanting. So I'm just taking, there we go, the clear and rubbing over it. So I'm going to do that to these, but I'm going to just set this aside so that we can get working on the big ones. All right. So I know if you've watched any of my videos, I use this Pentart Fineline Crackle a lot. It is my favorite. Now, you need to have 2 clean brushes that you haven't used for anything else. We're going to start with component 1. I want my little stands here so that once I'm done, I can put it on there. So I think that how I'm going to do this is I'm going to get a hold of it on the top and the bottom, and we're just going to work our way around. You don't need to go in the same, you don't need to go in the same direction. I'm going to make sure that I'm going all the way to the bottom here. If you're using the bigger eggs, you're going to have to not the bigger eggs, I mean the ones from Dollarama that aren't flat on the bottom, because remember these ones were made for me years ago. You may have to apply this in at like 2 different times, right? Like you might have to do half the egg, let it dry, and then come back, do the other half of the egg, let it dry. Okay. So what I'm going to do is put it down on top of there, and then that way, whoops, I should be able to just finish putting it on, and then I'm going to push it to the side and let it dry. Remember, the component 1 is cloudy. So just do the same for this guy. My fingers are sticky. Okay. I'm going to put this down. All right, so I'm gonna let those dry, and then we'll come back to component 2. And in the meantime, I am going to finish antiquing the rest of these eggs, which will just take minutes. So I'll just speed the camera up here, and so you can see that again if you like. So one thing I wanted to show you was every now and then you will get like lines where we put the paint inlay in, like where we cut it, and they can grab hold of the wax quite a bit. I don't mind it because it just looks aged, but you can, if you don't like that, just take your clear wax and try to scrub it off a little bit more, but I don't mind it, so I'm letting it stay there. I've got a lot of clear wax on there, so now this isn't wanting to stay. Sometimes instead of rubbing, sometimes I will just pounce in some areas to instead of just rubbing it back. It just gives it a little bit of a different effect. So you can see, like on these two, I'm not sure if you can see it real well, but you can kind of see where the lines of the inlay, losing my words here, you could actually see that on this little lammy too that I did, but I just blended it with went back and forth between the clear wax and the dark wax, and actually it'd be nice if he was a little brighter right there too. And I think he got, I'm not sure if he got a little bit more antiquing wax on his face there, or, oh yeah, he did. I wasn't sure if I just smeared him during the inlay process or if he had a little extra on him. I'm just putting clear wax on my finger, just rubbing it in so I can brighten some of those areas a bit. Okay. And then the really light pink ones, they actually ended up showing up so well after we spray varnished them and antiqued them too, even though they do have a few more spatters on than I would have originally wanted, but it's okay. It's okay. All right. These are going to be super cute when we style them all up at the end, but right now we are letting our two big eggs dry, and then we'll be back to put the second coat on them. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, these guys are nice and dry, so we need to add on the second component. So I have another dry brush. I got stuff everywhere here, you guys. I'm actually trying to come up with some ideas on how we are going to style these. I'm going to show you some of those ideas, and I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I mean, we'll see in the end what I end up doing. Okay, so we're going to just do this the same way. This is more amber. If you put it on too thick, it won't dry clear, and it will remain amber in some places. Plus, you don't want to have it too thick because it will run. I'm okay sometimes if it stays amber in some areas. I like that look. It just looks even more aged and more vintage to me. So, but it depends on what you're doing. And I do have a run in my first component in 2 spots, but that's okay. It's on the back. I had it on a little thick. Right there's the other one. But so just, I would say, be careful, like be mindful of this second layer to not get it on too thick, because you definitely don't want drips. Okay, I think it's good. I don't know if I need to keep an eye on it as it's drying and catch any drips. I have no idea what will happen. I'm pushing this way back so that I don't get anything stuck on it, because I'll show you, I'm kind of making a mess here. So I'll get this guy done really quick too. Daisy, go lay down somewhere. Okay, so this is not glued in here. But I think this is how it's going to stay. So I'm just going to show you what I did and give you a few different ideas and show you some more ideas. And then obviously I'll come back at the end and show you what I've done. And then you'll see it all in the styling photos as well. So I took that egg carton from the Dollar Tree where the little plastic eggs came in, and I cut it in half. And not that you can see very well in this guy. Let's try to keep it in the frame for you. But what I did was I went and took my aging wax, my dark antiquing wax, and I just hit it all over here and there. Some of it on the inside too, because I wasn't sure how much was going to show, and I still don't know how much is going to show once it's like all said and done, right? So I went everywhere, and then I decided to go back over it with some of my white wax, and it's Behr white wax. And my brush is like hard as a rock here. It's fine. It still works. And I hit it a little bit more liberally with this. Like, I like that white to come through. If you leave it on thick like this, it will be wet for some time. So you might want to come back and wipe it off and then put a little bit more on, add layers, but I'm just going to leave this. Now, this one I may end up cutting back into 4, and you'll see why in a second. So because this one I've got 6, and I didn't put 6 eggs in there. I wanted to fill this all up on the corner. Oh, and this little guy, I was just playing around and I tied some jute around him, and I think he is a darling. I'm leaving him there. I might do the same to this guy back there. I might not. I might just leave it. It's kind of fighting with that bow there, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just leaving it for right now. We keep getting interrupted here, but that's okay. That's what happens when people are at home and you're trying to film. So, I can't remember where I left off, but anyhow, we got the wax on here. Oh yes, that's what I was saying, is that I think I'm going to make this in 4 because I was thinking as I was going around and gathering little vessels and different things to put these eggs in, because this was my original idea for the small guys, but I wasn't 100% sure where I was putting the big guys yet. And I can't actually pick the big guys up and show you things, obviously because they're still wet, but I have this, and one of them is going in here for sure. Then I was thinking as I was going around that, okay, wait, I'm jumping all over the dang place here. Okay, I have this other one. It's a little big, but if I put a nest in the top and some flowers, the other big one would fit beautifully in here. So that's another idea. Then, how about these peat pots? I think I've got some medium peat pots. Like, well, these are pretty medium and small, but I've got some smaller ones than this, I think, in my garden shed. So I might go out and see if I still have them. But even just brushing some white wax on here, putting a little ribbon around it with a tag, and I'm going to tell you about these tags in a second too. That one says hello peeps. You could do so much. Put some like you could even put a little nest in here. So many things. You could do a nest and put 3 eggs in here. Then that got me thinking about the teeny tiny peat pots I have, and they would be super cute here too. So I'm going to play around. I don't have a ton of time, so I hope I can get these done. But going back to why I'm going to do 4 on here is because when I was scrounging, I found this. This, I can't remember where I bought it. I've had it for years, and I used to put egg-shaped birdseed in it. And I think like we could totally make this. But look how cute that is. So I'm going to do something with this. I'm not sure which egg is going to go in here. And this is going to hang someplace in my house. So I'm not sure if you can see that very well. It's got little bumblebees on it. All right, so these are just all the ideas that I have. I also have some more of the same colored stands as the other ones that you could put like a nest on top with some flowers, and actually the box of eggs would sit nicely on there too. So I'm not entirely sure how I'm styling these up in the house, but you will see in the end. The other thing is these furniture feet. This is a foot bun. My Lowe's, I guess it's not Lowe's anymore, it's a Rona, is not going to be carrying these anymore. I'm not sure why they were clearing them out. So I did buy a few different styles, but if this was painted up and a nest would sit on there or anything, the big egg could sit on here once we take the screw out. So you like tons of ideas, guys, and I really, like I said, don't know exactly what I'm going to end up doing. The filler that I have in here is, I'm going to try to get some, this is actually wood shavings. I use it in some of my packaging when I want my packaging that go out to customers to look a certain way. So I just took that and started squishing it down in here. And like I said, I didn't glue anything in. This little bow is just some linen fabric that I tore up, tied into a bow, and I just ran over it with my dry antiquing wax brush. Like I didn't put any more in here, I just ran over it to darken it up. And then these are I think these I bought at Michael's, this greenery. Oh, I didn't bring it down. I had a bush that I didn't bring down though. But I got some other stuff that I use. Here it is from Michael's. This is just a thing that I clipped off. It's got some white ends, so it's really cute. I love how it looks. And then this comes on stems, and I cut them all apart and then I pull these off. But I've had this for a few years now, and I got it at Michael's too. This is from the Dollarama, and I've used it on some other projects upstairs, and I like it because it's got some white tips, and there was a darker one that has white tips too that I'm using upstairs in my decor already. So and it's a vining one. This is a bush one. So I'm going to go pick up some more of that, but it would be really darling in here as well. So these tags, if you follow Hammond's Nest, she has a group. It's Creative Nest Sisters, Summer's Nest Sisters. Oh my goodness. I always mix the name of it. Anyhow, she has a membership that you can have all of her printables. You can go buy her printables, or you can join her membership and get these printables. So this one I cut, crinkled it up, antiqued it with my antiquing wax again, and then you probably can't see it in camera at all, but I just went over it with my finger with my Pentart gold wax paste very, very lightly around the edges, and then hit the crumples. There's a whole bunch. I shrunk these ones down into these tags, and I've used some of them already. But there's a whole bunch more that come with this. So you may want to go check her out because her printables are beautiful. All right. We are going to let these eggs dry. And then in the meantime, I'll maybe make some decisions on what I'm doing here, and then we'll come back and I'll finish these up. I'll show you how I did this tag, if this is the tag I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use this tag on something. So anyhow, we will be back. Okay guys, things are dry. And then I was kind of playing with some styling ideas, and I thought I was putting a big egg in here, but what I did was I just put a nest, tied a little piece of jute around there, and some greenery. She's staying like this. That one is done. Oh, I wanted to show you when I'm tying the jute around these eggs, what I actually do is I take a regular piece, because it's hard to find small stuff, and I just pull them apart, and then you got 3 separate pieces. So it works really good. This egg here, I wrapped it around a couple times, and it worked on that one. When I was doing this one, I just went around once because I didn't want to take away from the print. Not that I wanted to take away from the print on this one, but I don't know. I like that one, and I like this one. I like how they turned out. So then, but here, let's see. So we can keep these kind of all in the frame. I put in some of these wood shavings into my little egg holder. And then I stuck some Spanish moss in there. Stinking cute. Like, I don't know where she's hanging yet, but she's so cute. And I was gonna say, so you could use I think it's called Excelsior, or there's some other stuff that's like a sisal. You can use that too. You can get it all off of Amazon. So right now we have these 3. I haven't done anything with this one yet. We'll do that together. But I think when I do this one, I was saving the string from my bows and drop cloth, because sometimes those are like in nests, right? So I was thinking, oh, I should just save those, and then we'll maybe put it in some of the nests. But I wanted to, and I haven't done this yet, but I was thinking that one of these has got to go. Whoops, sorry. One of these has to go in here. So I think this one will get 2 eggs, a tag, and a bow, and some greenery, and then we'll do something with this little pot as well. And then I did start to get a big pot done for one of the eggs. All I've done is rub my clear wax and my dark wax, and I did hit it with some white wax. I kind of dry brushed it over. This white is actually, and I don't mind it there, it's flakes that I got into my clear wax from another project. Tied it with jute, and then I do kind of like the same thing when I cut my jute. If I don't want a bow, I take the ends and I just twist them apart, and then I kind of just crumple them up, and then it's not just like pieces of jute just hanging. I think this one is going to get this tag. I was just playing around. I'm going to show you what I did to make this just with this locally grown. Because he might be a little bit big, but this is a chicken, and it says farm fresh eggs. It used to say 25 cents per dozen, established 1947, but I rubbed some of it off. And I just used one of my Chocolate silk screens, and I was just playing with this. I just used paste. This is drop cloth. And then when I was done, I put some of my dark antiquing wax around there and some clear as well. I might have even gone over it with a little bit of white. So it's a little big. It's still going to go on that one, but I want to show you how to make a smaller one. Oh, and then the other thing is I was thinking, the reason I just put a glass jar in the bottom of here. It's actually really good and stuck in. It's like an old face cream jar of mine, because I need, now it's not going to sit all the way down in there, but I need something stable in there for this egg, because like this is clay. So I'm not entirely sure how that will happen yet, but we will figure that out. So I am going to move all of these out of the way so that we can bring these back in, and they're all dry, and we are going to start with the Pentart antiquing paste in Umbre. This is solvent based. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know it's a little stinky. You can use a much bigger brush than I'm using, but this is what I use almost exclusively for this. So, oh, the crackles are beautiful. It's always so hard to see on camera, but you will definitely be able to see them in the photos that I take when I'm done styling these up in my house. I'm not entirely sure where they're going yet. So I have a little piece of paper towel or a rag, whichever you prefer. I just always have a piece of paper towel, not a wet baby wipe. Don't put anything wet on this. And then we'll just start rubbing that off, and then you can see those cracks. Oh, it's gonna be perfect. It's just gonna look like crazed porcelain. Okay, so I'm just gonna dump right into that too, and you can rub it on with the paper towel. It doesn't actually get down in the cracks as well. So going back to the way I normally do it. All right, I'm going to do this to both eggs. I am going to go over the design on the front too. I gotta come closer so I stop coming out of the frame on you guys. Oh, I see I got a run right there. That's okay. Okay. Look at all that beautiful cracking. Just a little bit more on the back, and then I'm going to turn it around to the front. I'm just going to be a little bit maybe more strategic about where I put it on the front. So I don't want I want a little bit on my bunny, but I don't want it all covered up on the front. But I am I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. Okay, what I am going to do here is take the gold wax paste. It's the wax paste metallic, and then gold. And I know these are the only two Pentart ones I have, and I just don't feel like I need any more because they are perfect. But I just want to put some of this gold around in where the leaves are, around the frame a little bit. You could really just focus right in on those leaves if you want, but as you rub it back, just looks like it was meant to be there. Maybe a little bit more. Oh yes, it just looks like it's been rubbed off a little bit. I know the lights are shining on it and it can be a little hard to see, but like I said, I will make sure that you can see it in the photos. So let's move on to the next guy here. All right. Oh, I am super happy with these. So, I also wanted to mention that because it's solvent-based, you might want to use gloves. So, that's up to you. All right. Let's just move those out of the way, and we'll get a tag done. Well, we'll get a few more things done here. All right. So I want this to be 4, and then I'll still have this left over if I want to do one with 2, or just have a single cup. Actually, I just think now that I said that, that's a great idea. I always have so many ideas, and sometimes to narrow it down can be hard. I don't know if y'all have that problem, but like this would be so cute, just single, right? So anyhow, might have to do that. Okay, so we've got this. Let's, we're only gonna do, I think, like I said, 2 eggs in here because I want to do an egg in there. I'm gonna just put a little bit of my wood shavings. It cuts really easily if you decide you want to cut it up, and sometimes just scrunching it up too, it gets that really cool crinkled look here. Raffia would also work for these projects. That raffia would be really cute tied around there. I might have to do them. I have to grab some raffia out. And then some Spanish moss in there. I mean, you could just do lots. I'm sticking some of this in. Just little bits and pieces. And I think it'll actually be kind of cool with just having that different texture, and it's going to intertwine in the wood shavings. See, you just can't throw anything away. Oh, I know, I keep scraps of fabric all the time. I keep my little scraps of jute, everything. Keep it all. You just never know. It works perfect for little projects like this. Okay. I just want a couple pieces, just a couple more. Okay, actually, so that'll just have to be good. So I think we're gonna do the little lammy in here. We'll put that other little swallow there. Okay, so you may hear the saws going in the garage. It's just the way it is when there's other people around here. All right, just get that guy off to the side. So this tag is really simple. I cut it out. The other one I cut both borders off. So all we need to do, crumple it up. And the other one, I even brought in my scissors and just went around the edges and tattered it a bit. And I typically do that. I don't usually keep a lot of black in my decor, so you could cut this black border off though. But I'm okay with it there. I just want it to be a little bit less. And if this gets like little tears in it here or there, like it did up there when I was doing it, that's just even better. Okay, so some clear wax, and I'm rubbing it over the whole tag, and that's only so if I go too heavy with my dark, I can wipe it off. And then I'm just going around the edges ever so lightly. You could also use distress ink as well. I've done that before. Then I'm using a really light hand and I'm just kind of brushing it, almost like you're dry brushing, right? Over top of the tag, hitting all those crevices, folds, creases, that's what I'm trying to say. Then the other one, I took my gold wax paste and I really like this. It just, I don't know. You know, like a lot of older pieces always like had little bits of gold and that on them, and I love gold. I like to have little bits of it everywhere. Okay, so but you do you, whatever you like. So we've got that guy. He might, I'm not sure. Oh, you know where he was gonna go? Is I think I'll get him in here somehow. I'm not sure. He feels a little big for my egg, but maybe if I put him on the side, it'll be better. I'm not sure. We'll see. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see how this all comes together in the end. All right, let's do this tag. So I just have another piece of drop cloth. You don't have to fuzz if you're going on top of fabric. Just make sure you're really pressed in there good. Now, I just don't know what color I want to do. Like this one I did bark and eucalyptus. You know, I'm going to go eucalyptus because we're going to antique the edges. I like to just kind of go one direction on fabric so you don't get a bleed, but sometimes you just have to scrub her down in there. And I'm using paste. I'm not using ink because we're not going to be washing these. Now, really hope that you've seen all of that in the camera. Just come up slowly because if you missed any, then you can go back down. Oh, it's perfect. A little bit on the L, that's okay. I'm just gonna set this to the side and hit it with some water until I can get up and clean it. Okay. Okay, camera shut off on me there. So we're just gonna dry this. It's paste, so it dries like super quick. Oh, there we go. Alright, now I'm going to trim it. And I'll save those, you never know what we're going to use them for. And then let's just fray these edges a bit more. You fray them as much or as little as you want. So, waxing it is going to darken your cloth, your drop cloth a little bit. Now I've got my dark one again, and I'm just going to ever so lightly with like a really light hand. I haven't even added any more on. This is what's left over from doing the tag, the other tag. You might decide that you don't even want to do it like that. And then I'm just going to take my white and I just dry brushed a little bit more of it over top. Then I went back in, added a smidgen more, of the dark. I just want to fray that edge a wee bit more. I just tapped it on my lid. I just wanted a little extra. Okay, so then, like that one would actually hang off of there, super cute. Probably you could hot glue it on, you could, actually I kind of like it off to the side like that. So you could hot glue it on, you could punch a hole in there. I'll probably end up hot gluing it on and putting little greenery and that around there, and I'll fill this up with some more. And then let's take a little Spanish moss. And a smidge more. I like the layers of it. Gosh, I don't know. Oh, I am loving it. I'm just not entirely sure which one is going to go in there. And then, of course, we're going to have to add some greenery to it. I'm not going to permanently put this in or make decisions yet because I don't know exactly where in my house it's sitting, and then that will determine what greenery I use and what tag I use. So if, like that could go on there too, that could go on there. I don't know, I'm not entirely sure. I was thinking about the Farm Fresh eggs is the one that I wanted on this one. Guess we'll see. Well, guess we'll have to see when I get it all together, when I'm upstairs putting it all together. So, and I might, this guy, he might need a bow. I think I really want to layer a bow on there too. And then a tag, little bit of, just trying to get my hands on a little sprig of greenery. Just so you can have some idea. This, it's just, I play back and forth a lot. That is coming together so well. So, okay, well, like I said, we will see. I just don't have a lot of time to put it all together here, and I really want to get this video out for you guys. So I will show you finished pieces in the end. All right. Well, thanks for joining me, and let me know if you decide to make any of these eggs. All right. Bye.